Hey, what's up? My name is Jonathan, and in this video I'm going to share with you how to grow your B2B startup on Twitter. This is the 4-step process I use to generate leads and 166,000 profile visits for a hiring platform with around 200 followers, and you can see also the picture here that 166,000 profile visits with 200 followers, around 200 followers, and without going viral, not getting tons of likes, not getting a lot of engagement, or actually we did get some engagement, but the purpose is not to go viral, right? And I also want to share with you some of the mistakes I did and things that I would improve now looking back on this. So this project was this client I worked with. It was a few months ago, and now I learned a new lessons, learned a new things, and improved my skills. And I want to share with you what are the things that you can change to your B2B startup and you can use for your situation, and skip some of the mistakes I did, so you can drive more traffic with less work. So this is the goal, right? Now, before we jump into the tactics and all these things, and I'll basically show you the strategy, I'll show you how to optimize your profile, I'll show you why you need to optimize your profile, I'll show you the content strategy, reaching out the community, and things I would improve, going in depth exactly the things I would do differently. So let me give you a little bit of context about what was the situation. So basically the client is a tech company that is helping startups scale their development teams. They help them hire people with their platform and their database. After they reached 100K MRR in 12 months, they wanted to add Twitter as a growth channel. So they did some publications, they did some communities, they did some other growth channels, and they wanted to expand to other channels. So one of the founders was active on Twitter. He posted content, commented on tweets. I think this is also the way we kind of met. He joined engagement groups and he hired freelancers, but all these things provided low traction to his content, profile, and startup website. And after 3 months, he reached out to me and we started building a strategy. So this is the strategy that we built. The plan was to drive as much relevant traffic as possible to the profile and basically convert people with the link in bio to the website, and then in the website convert them to a free trial or whatever. And the basic goal was to attract people interested in startups. Now, before we can even create content or DMs, if we just create content or send people DMs, it's not going to be optimized and it's going to be a waste because our profile is still not optimized. Because the first thing that people do when you send them a message or you post content, they will click on your profile and check what you are doing. And it's so funny because if you are a B2B startup founder watching this, most of you did a lot of things that are interesting, that are amazing, like build 7-figure company, did all these things, and no one knows about it, and you don't even write about it, which is so funny. And I see a lot of founders with profile that says like tweeting about life and entrepreneurship, but they don't provide credibility, which is one thing that you can apply right away to your profile. So basically what we did is we added proof we are leaders in the startup world by mentioning an impressive achievement to people behind the founder in the startup world. So you can use this template. Grew the company to 100K MRR in 12 months. Now the second part was a call to action to the site with a one-liner explaining the offer, or maybe not explaining the offer, but giving people a reason why to click this, and also filtering out people that should not click on this. So if you don't want to hire remote senior developers, you're not going to do it. But if you do, if you want to do it fast and senior and within 2 weeks, you are probably going to click on this. And then we added a pin thread, which we added proof of what we wrote in the bio. Saying you did something it's pretty cool, it's awesome, but showing people the lessons or the proof that you actually did it, it's way more powerful, and this is the goal. You write your statement and you prove it in the pinned tweet. So this is one of the tweets that we did. Now, I'm gonna go in depth on the things that I could improve, but in this specific situation, the positioning was wrong. Because what I did here is, instead of positioning the founder to attract customers, I positioned the founder to attract followers. Now, it still worked, it still generated some leads and stuff, but if we would change the positioning, it would all be different. And instead of appealing, so this statement, it's appealing to people that maybe beginners, maybe want to build startups, maybe are starting out, and it can still appeal to our audience, but it's giving proof, it's providing proof why to follow the guy and not why to hire the guy. So this is what I would change, and I will show you exactly how to do it. Now, after we optimize the profile, then it's time to do some content and to build some strategy. So we started with a simple schedule, 3 tweets per day to warm up the algorithm, to be seen on the timeline, and we did a few types of content. So the first type of content is growth content. The goal of this content is to bring as much traffic as possible to the profile. It's not talking about your service or whatever, just providing eyeballs. And you can see Twitter is full of these people. If you see like people that are starting out, like maybe have 100K followers, all the big accounts specifically in the startup world, they do growth content. So to drive traffic to the account, we talked about general topics in the startup world that are relevant to the founder. So short sentences about startups, maybe not everyone can talk about, but this founder could talk about. Basically, I took inspiration from tweets that already worked, and I took it as a template and took the experience of the founder and basically matched them together. Because the profile was small, just posting content would not be enough, and which is what the founder did at the beginning. As I said, I looked at some of his tweets before we started doing this, and he posted things and nothing really happened. So what we did is I reached out to a few people and I built a distribution network to promote the growth content. And basically, this distribution network is 2 to 3 niche accounts, the big accounts that are talking about broad topics in the business or whatever, and they basically retweet or promote the content. So we get some traction. What I also did is I did some paid ads to content that is already validated. So if it's an idea that I already posted and I saw before that it's working, I would maybe promote it a little bit. If I see organically in the first 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that we are getting a good conversion rate from engagement to profile visit, I would then run ads to engagement because it's cheaper. And if you run ads to profile visits, which I did a test, it costs, I think, 10 or 20 times more. I think it was $5 per profile visit versus going to engagement, which was a few cents per engagement. But this is just to get distribution. Now, this is the best way to do with growth content because this type of content, there is a very likelihood of going viral, and you combine with it distribution, and there is a high chances of getting a lot of traffic to the profile, which is what we did. I'm gonna show you why this approach might not be the best one if you wanna get customers and not just followers, but this is what we started with. What we then did is we posted expert content. We posted short tweets that proved the founder as a thought leader, which is also helped grow the account. So for example, this is a template I really like to use. You can steal it. We built a 100 million ARR startup in one of the most competitive niches with a simple idea. Your idea doesn't have to be unique. So basically, I first of all provide, like if I would say this without the first sentence, your idea doesn't have to be unique, or your startup idea doesn't have to be unique. What happens is people say like, who are you to tell me this? Or yes, everyone can say that, but I like to add the credibility of why I know this. And so this is the template I use. I got these results with a limiting belief, which is competitive niche and a simple idea, and the lesson I learned from this, right? So you can apply it to everything. Like for example, I got a development job a few years ago. So I got a software development position while having no degree and zero connection. You don't need to be the best developer to get your first job, whatever, right? Like it's something everyone can use. And also we posted this thing, hiring content, because basically it's what the service is doing. We also did sales content, and I wrote a few versions of the offer and posted it on the timeline, as well as whenever we posted content. So for example, this is not a thread, but this is a thread. Whenever we posted a thread in log form, I would post a call to action, and I would summarize more or less the offer. So this is basically a sales tweet, you can call it, or a call to action tweet that we want to do once in a while on threads, and we want to do on the timeline in general. This one was for a webinar. So this is the results we got. So we got around 800,000 impressions. I think it's around 1 million. This is one of the posts that went viral, like kind of viralish, got us around almost 500,000 impressions. And then the founder, he told me that the thread is running very well and we get a lot of relevant followers. And then he says, yeah, I asked him if we get any signups or leads or anything, and he says that he got 5 signups and 1 lead. Yeah, these are more numbers. And yeah, basically we added around 1,000 followers from starting to work. This is another picture of the daily followers we got. So this is in terms of content and getting traffic to the profile. What we also did is once we got some followers and got some engagement, I started looking at who is following us, who is engaging, and I used the tool I built to scrape these people and filter them based on certain keywords. So we are looking for CEOs, startup founders, CTOs. So I would take the tool, I would scrape people, I would get a list of all these people, I would add some filters for people I want to exclude and people I want to include, CEO, founder, all these things. And then I would bulk message them a private DM with our offer or with something similar to our offer. So this is one example of the message. Hey, saw you in my followers, blah, 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 offer. Is it interesting for you? He says, yeah, maybe interesting. Another one, we are hiring currently, blah, 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 so would love to learn more. And this was hot leads. And I also asked the founder after a week of working together, if we got any demos, if we got any leads. And he's saying that so far we got 3 demos this week and 4 were past iteration and 2 are good and 1 is pretty hot. Now let's go through some of the things I would improve. So if I would work on the profile all over again, here are the things I would do and here are the things I would suggest you to do if you want to grow your startup on Twitter. So basically, as I said before, I would build a strategy around attracting customers and not just attracting followers. Instead of talking about personal achievements, I would talk about proving customers how we can help them. Instead of just saying, I built this startup, follow me, look at me, I would do something like, we help these kind of people and we can also help you. So, you can use this template, for example, we helped X target audience get some result. Or use as many numbers as possible. We raised 20 million. We helped 100 founders. As much credibility as possible that you can give. And imagine one of your customers or clients right now is going to your profile before he became a client. Would he buy from you? Or would he think that you are the right person to reach out to if he reads this line? And instead of talking to a specific ideal follower, you're gonna talk to a specific ideal customer. Always keep in mind your client, your customer, because it's much easier to put a face on a person. Go imagine someone you worked with and imagine you is viewing your profile right now. Instead of growth rate to get followers, I would take the case studies of the business. I would take relevant blog posts, I would take testimonials and reviews, and I would turn all these things to content, to threads, to show potential customers what results we got people exactly like them. Now also, instead of just messaging warm people that engage and follow us, I would build a strategy to call DM at least 20 to 30 DMs per day to relevant people, and in that I would increase the pool of people that are relevant. Now these 20 to 30 people, some of them will check our profile. They will see that we help this and that. They will see a case study about what we did to some clients, and they will start imagining, maybe we can do something with them as well. Okay, I would still do growth content once in a while to get more eyeballs, but only when all marketing assets are done. What is marketing assets? So turning case studies to threads, turning testimonials, turning all the material that you have from other clients to content is marketing assets. Lead magnets, which I think I'll talk about it here. Lead magnets, landing page. So I would build a custom landing page that is optimized mainly for Twitter traffic, because usually the homepage, your homepage right now, it's optimized maybe for your brand, to look very good to other people who come from SEO, to look, maybe you are using other channels. You want something optimized to Twitter. You want to show people exactly what they are looking for and give them an easy way to get started. And this is why we need a custom landing page that we can also tweak along the way, and we can easily track the results and improve and optimize it. And also a marketing asset is a lead magnet. So a resource that your ideal client would find very valuable, that will help them get from point A to point B in the shortest way possible. Maybe not show them exactly what to do, but showing them the steps they need to know about. So if my business is about how to hire developers, I would have a document that is specific about the steps to hire developers. Number one, you need to identify who you need. Number two, you need to you need to craft the job post. Number three, you need to get traffic. Number four, you need to interview them. Number five, you need to do culture interviews. Number six, all the steps they need to know. And this is another marketing asset. So again, what I said is, I would do growth content a little bit. Let's say we post some case studies. Let's say we post testimonials, reviews, all these things, and we don't get as much traffic as we could get. Once it's all done, once the profile is set, once we have a lot of credibility and proof, we can start pumping a little bit of achievements, a little bit of personal growth, do what I did, what I showed you before with the growth content, get as many eyeballs as possible related to startups, and then convert them with the machine that we created to. So when I say marketing assets, it's a custom landing page, it's your pin thread, it's a lead magnet in your bio, it's content regularly talking about what you do, it's call to actions. So if I summarize the things to improve, instead of positioning the founder to attract followers, we are positioning the founder to attract customers. Now, if you are a founder of a B2B tech company and you have strong case studies from your customers and you want some ideas how to apply this process for your startup, because right now I gave you kind of a framework, I gave you some examples, some things, some use cases that you can use, but maybe you need something more specific for your situation and you want some ideas, what you can do is you can send me a message to the Boring SaaS Guy profile. Basically, this is the profile. Just click here on the message and message me and send me something like, hey, I read your case study, would love to hear more details. And what I'll do, I'll share with you some growth ideas and things you can apply for your startup. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next videos. Bye.